Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga it is called in Sanskrit. In English translation, it is content of Gita summarized. It is one of the biggest chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, and it will be given a whole content of the Bhagavad Gita, and later, chapter by chapter, it will be described widely. So here we are on the chapter 2. Let's see briefly the main topics. Arjuna's surrender, Atma-jnana, Karma-kanda, Buddhi Yoga, and the description of Sthita Prajna. So, Arjuna's surrender. You remember when at the first chapter he rejected to fight and he sat down on his chariot and he said, Krishna, oh no, I don't know what is proper to do for me, I won't fight. However, Krishna, overwhelmed by compassion, started to pacify Arjuna, and in 7th shloka, Arjuna surrenders to him immediately, because in the order to understand Krishna's instruction, we first of all have to surrender to Krishna himself. So here Arjuna says in shloka that I'm your disciple and I'm surrendering to you. Please instruct me so I know certainly what is the best for me. Next topic is Atma-jnana. Atma-jnana is described from 11th to 30th shlokas, nature of the soul. Because Krishna speaks to Arjuna that actually the soul is indestructible, and even so you will kill all of your relatives, it is for the benefit of them, because the soul actually in this battlefield I will take care personally about each and everyone. And Atma-jnana is about to describe what is the nature of the soul. And first of all, we have to realize that we are not these bodies, we are spiritual souls, and indeed we are not destructible. The spiritual soul is eternal, immortal, it is ageless, it is not, you cannot kill it, break it, you cannot dry it up or cut into pieces, and etc. etc. This is the nature of the soul. However, because of our ahankara or false self-identification with the body, we suffer a lot of difficulties in this life. So that's why Atma-jnana is given in the beginning of the chapter 2. Also is a given Karma-kanda part from 31st to 38th shlokas. Krishna describes that prescribed duties, if we will complete them, if we will follow our prescribed duties, it will lead us to happiness. Swadharma navikampitum, if we are following our duties, we will not attain any sins, because by following our duties without attachment to results, sin is not there, any reaction, karmic reaction is not there. Also he says yadrichaya chaupapanam, when he speaks to Arjuna that this battle came on its own, yadrichaya, you have to accept it, because whenever it comes on its own, Krishna will use this word a few times more, whatever it comes on its own, you have to accept, because it is a proper way to fulfill your duty and also to work out some karmas. By fulfilling your duties, once again, naivam papam avapsyasi, there will not be a sinful reaction. From the 39th to 53rd shlokas, Buddhi Yoga is described. Buddhi Yoga or in other words, it's called also karma yoga or devotional service, or the service or action without attachment to the fruitive reactions, fruitive results. So Krishna says, you have a right to act, but you do not have a right for the results. Uh, uh, because by acting with knowledge, you will not be bound by action. What does it mean, acting with knowledge? Without attachment to fruitive results. Also, he says, our mind is very chanchalam or nomadic. It is unstable, and that's why if we count on our mind and take a decision out of the depression or anything when our mind is turbulent and unstable, we do not have to count on it, because vyavasayatmika buddhi, which is unstable mind, it does not give us a proper power for the useful decision. Also, he says that person who is Bhogaishvarya Prasaktanam, that one who is attached to material wealth and desires and sense gratification, he will not be able also to perform the Buddhi Yoga, because he will be too much attached to the results of his actions. So he advises Arjuna, Krishna advises Arjuna to fight without attachments to result, to perform the fight in a Buddhi Yoga way. It means he tells him, trust me, just do your battle and give the result on me. The popular shloka also, 247, karmani eva adhikaraste. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. And the last point, 54 to 72, sthita prajna description, because here Krishna advises to Arjuna to be stable in his mind, to do not follow vyavasayatmika buddhi, unstable mind, to be stable, be sthitadhi, equally observe everything, and do decision from the properly situated self. Properly situated self means as a self which is situated in Lord, in Krishna. And so here he describes the qualities of such people who is properly situated in Lord. You can read it after all. And here I also wanted to speak about two shlokas. Krishna describes in this chapter 2, 62 and 63, the 8 steps of personal destruction. And also he gives a few advices. However, I will add extra video after this video in order to describe it properly, because it is a big and beautiful topic. We will see 8 steps of the personal destruction. We will see the advices of Krishna, what to do with this from chapter 2 and chapter 3 also. So here we are. The chapter 2 is about Atma-jnana, Karma-kanda, Buddhi Yoga, and description of Sthita Prajna. Atma-jnana means the self, the soul is indestructible. Karma-kanda and Buddhi Yoga, it means that you have to follow your prescribed duties without attachment. This way you will not get any sinful reaction. And this description of Sthita Prajna, he advises Krishna advises Arjuna to become self-situated and treat the whole situation out of the duties and dedicate the results onto Krishna.